Today we are underneath a W9, a KW. We've got a few exhaust issues here he wants to address. It looks like the flex pipe came apart on both ends of it. So we're going to have to redo that all the way to here. This is rotted out. So see what we can come up with, I guess. I'm not sure what all I gotta tear apart. I do know that there's a couple of different issues. I might only have to just replace this Y pipe, and the reason why I say the Y pipe is it's got a little hole right here. And then of course this here is all, but I think it's just I think the pipe itself is alright. I'll see how far he wants to go with it. So we'll dig into this a little bit and see what happens. I'm gonna go get some tools and see how far he wants to go. So anyway, let me get some tools, get going here. somewhere. What I was saying is, anytime you do work on this kind of exhaust, well, any exhaust really, and it's been a long time, it's usually a chain reaction. Some of these connections aren't quite as forgiving as others, and you have to cut everything off. So we're going to kind of go through here and see what we got to come off and what doesn't have to come off. You know, if you want to turn something, if you loosen this and try to, you know, redo it. For example, if I've got to turn this pipe, if I loosen this, you know, and turn it, and then put it back together and straighten it or tighten it back up, it'll probably leak. So you have to cut the clamp, replace the clamps most of the time anyway. So I usually just cut them off. It's quick and painless. And there you go. So it's not always pretty, but it is what it is. I got to do. For example, you know, this piece right here completely rotted out. As you can see, it just kind of moved right there. And if you don't replace this thing, you'll put all this back together in a couple of weeks from now. That part will break loose and it'll drop down and it'll be back to square one. Well, it doesn't make for a very happy customer. So I'd rather tell them, you know, sorry, this is what you got to do. That way he doesn't have to come back for this shit. It's done and over with. He'd rather spend a little bit more money now than have to break down and, you know, shut down again. So that's why I told him about it when I bid the job. I said, well, this is what all's got to be replaced. So we're going to end up cutting this clamp off right here. Let me get my pointer here. We're going to end up cutting this clamp off right here. Now, this is salvageable. This flex pipe right there, I won't mess with it. I'll cut this off, cut this off. I'll have to fabricate one because I wasn't able to find anything like that. And I highly doubt those bolts are going to come out. So I'm just going to freaking zip it right there and cut it out. And then just make a new one. I've got some flat metal I can heat up and bend it. And we'll just do that instead. But I think I've got a 90 that I can make work here. But I think this 90 is going to be salvageable. This Y pipe, I think we're going to go ahead and fix it or replace it just because it's got a hole in the bottom, so it wouldn't be very long before it would be an issue. This is okay. All that back there is nice and sturdy, so I think we're going to go ahead and leave it. But ultimately, this is where we're going to have an issue. That might be okay. If this will turn back the other way, we can clamp that and it'll work. I try not to cut all the way through that metal. This here we'll cut off. Take this other flex pipe right here off. Cut that other clamp. And once we get this off, we can do our measurement so that we can put the new Y pipe on. With it might even go up. I'm not sure what size I got. We'll look at it and see what kind of measurement it's got once we get this one off. But right up there, I've got to cut that out and cut that down. So I'd like to get it where I can get this other flex pipe off of here. I think I can cut that. I'm just going to replace all of this right here because that's what gave us our problem anyway. And I'm just going to cut that off, pull that flex pipe out, cut this other clamp right here so we can get this Y pipe out of here and measure it. So let's do that. Seized that is. See what I mean? That's pretty awesome steps, so it's going to have to be cut off. Now, I've got to get that Y pipe out of there, which I've got to cut this clamp back there. And then we probably, except for that one up here, this one's going to be the biggest pain in the ass, so. But I'll try to get it. I want to get this Y pipe out of here so I can measure it. So I'll show you that hole here in a minute. As soon as I get the rest of the stuff out of here. And that's really all we've got to get for this top piece. Ouch. Hopefully that one's not seized on there. It'd be cool if it wasn't. It would just come right out. Oh, see, now it's going to be beautiful. I don't know if y'all can see that right here. As long as that moves, it'll come right out. So we'll just zip this one off. Just because as rusty as it is, I highly doubt it's going to come out with any kind of aggression. Alright, while I do a little bit of mosquito killing. Anyway, we'll go ahead and zip that off, turn one end of it if it will, pull that pipe down. We ought to be ready to rock and roll. was waiting for it to come down on me, but it didn't, so that's good. Yeah, I may have to cut more of it off, I don't know. That's what we got, so I'm gonna have to cut a little bit more of this side off. It's lovely. This 90 here we're replacing, as you can see, or not. So as you can see, it's just rotten. So we're just going to replace this 90. Well, that's what we're up against right there. But you know damn good and well that thing's not going to turn off of there, so I can't even get a decent impact. Maybe if I bend it up a little bit, I don't know what I bought for what I thought I might need, but here's that piece we're going to have to fabricate. It's just some flat metal, but I think it's just as thick. I might just have to cut it off and heat it and put a little bend in it. It should work just fine. I bought, I don't know, 14 or 15 clamps, a couple of 90s, ID 90s, and then, so the only thing that I don't know is here's the Wi-Fi that I've got, and here's the one that's on the truck. You guys can kind of see that they're, for the most part, similar, I don't know, similar, the same, for the most part. Some of these W9s, when they have them, they have a little thing on here, but to like hook it or whatever, but this one don't need that or whatever. So we're a little bit longer on his end, or on the old one. So we're probably 3 inches. So we're gonna have to do an extra 3 inches. So that Wi-Fi, or that piece right here, the flex pipe, we're gonna have to take it off from the other side and make it 3 inches longer, so it compensates for that black there. There's nothing else around. So that's one I had to get. Here's what it is. I brought some flat ones just in case. And then I bought 30 feet of flex pipe, just if I don't need it, then I can always store it on the truck, no biggie. So that's all I'm going to do for tonight. I got to do my measurements. I just got back from camping, so I had to come over there and knock this out, or at least get it started so I know what I got. I'm going to take it, do some measurements, but I'll bring you guys along when I put it back together. But for tonight, that's all I'm going to do. Clean up my mess that I made. Mostly clamps. I mean, that's all the crap that we got to replace. So it'll be a job, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'll bring you guys along for the next deal. It'll probably be tomorrow in the afternoon. I got a couple of road calls I got to do, or at least they're out of town anyway. I'll see if I can get you guys along, but I finished up on that actuator valve on that KW. I blew one here a couple weeks ago, or a week ago. and then I got to go work on a dump truck again. So I got a pretty busy week, but I'll try to get you guys in when I can. So that's all for tonight.